Possible, please open your video. Okay, Gaurangi Chitta Harisham Shumita Krishan Nilambariyada Prathamesh Parsha Vijay Krishna Kathadashi Nitya Vishri Krishna Bala Chaitanya Manohar Paritraya Gulshan. Thank you very much. So we are reading from Bhagavad Gita chapter 5. Sorry, 4. And we have read up to 25, the different types of yoga. So we are reading that part. Krishna is explaining my birth and activities are transcendental. And who understand that, he also believes. Now his activity is transcendental. How to do that? To know that we should know everything. How to work. And in that connection, all the activities, how can we make transcendental? And we give example like when we use anything for sun god, whatever we're using, his chair, his plate, his food, whatever we're using for him, all are made of fire. Also, when we're serving, our body should be made of fire. The same way, when anything come in contact with the Brahman, transcendental, so everything becomes transcendental. So that is doing everything for Lord is for the pleasure of the Brahma, or is called yoga. These yoga are of two types. Some types are karma yoga and some jnana yoga. All the yogas means activities for satisfaction of Lord. They are of two types, karma yoga and jnana yoga. So we are reading from that part. We start from 25. So we read 25 translation first. Some yogis perfectly worship the demigods by offering different sacrifices to them. And some offer sacrifices in the fire of the Supreme Brahma. Some yogis perfectly worship the demigods by offering different sacrifices to them. And some offer sacrifice in the fire of Supreme Brahman. So some Supreme Brahman directly and some indirectly to different demigods. Now we read from text 26. Sruttadini indriyani onne sanjam agnishu juhoti shabdadin vishan anna indriya agnishu juhoti. Sutra adini, such as the hearing process. Sutra means ear. Adini means this. That means Sutra adini means ear and related to the ear. Both those are connected to the hearing process. Indriyani, plural number of the senses. Onne, others. Sanjam, of the restraint. Agnishu, in the fire. Juhoti, of her. So, here one thing understand. When we think about yoga means giving something to the fire. Actually, broader meaning of yoga is different. Like Pushpanjali. What is Pushpanjali? Taking flower in hand and offering. This is Pushpanjali. But anything offer for the satisfaction, like Prabhupada wrote Gita Gan. And Prabhupada is telling, oh Krishna, it is my Pushpanjali in your lotus feet. So Prabhupada is writing Gita Gan and he is telling it is my Pushpanjali. When we offer some flower, Pushpanjali to the Lord, what is sacrifice? We want to make our heart like flower and we offering there. What is the use of flower? Though those have a lot of money, they can give a lot of flower. Will become their bhakti more? No. Is through offering flower, we are offering our heart. Here, we are telling a different type of sacrifice, not different types ghee, different types fire, different types wood, different types of pandal. It is not there. Like here, what is this yajna? Sanjam. This is also Samjam Ognishu. Here, another Ogni is restraint of the senses. This is another type of sacrifice. Someone is controlling his senses. There is also one type of sacrifice. Why are they giving these senses? Senses, eye is going to see something, ear going to somewhere, but restrain is control it and put somewhere. Why you are putting the senses? Like my eye is going there. No, don't go, come here. Ear is going there. Don't go, come here. So come here means here, fire we are giving. We are putting in the fire of Sanjam. Sanjam is restraint. So controlling, it is one type of fire. So all the senses like Sottadini means hearing, all the senses related to hearing. These senses should be put in the fire of restraint. Juhoti of her. And this is Srutta Adin. Srutta Adin. Adin means etc. Here Shabda Adin. Shabda Adin means sound vibration, etc. Now, here see. Sutra Adin. This senses is offering where? This is offering to Sanjam. Sutra Adin offering to where? Offering in Sanjam Agni. Here we are offering. And in this another Shabda Adin. Shabda Adin, how will you say? Shabda. Now, this is sense, Sutra. And Shabda is Pancha Tanmatra, object of senses. Ear, nose, all these are senses. And Rup, Ras, Shabda, Gandha, Sparsha, they are object of senses. So these senses we are offering to Sanjam, restraint. And Shabda Adin, sound vibration, means sound, form, touch, smell, this type of thing, Vishaya, object of the senses. This is Vishaya. So Sutradin Indriyani means all the senses. And again, Shabdadin Vishayan, object of the senses. Where only others, Indriya Agnishu, Indriya. And where is giving? Indriya Agnishu. It's little difficult, I am taking long time so that you don't forget. Agnishu, of the sense organ, Agnishu in the fire, Juhoti, they offer. Here Juhoti means offer, here Juhoti, they sacrifice. Same thing. Now again see, Sutra Adin means ear, nose, tongue, all these senses should offer in Sanjam Agni. What does it mean? That means one should control the senses. This is also one type of yoga. It is for whom? It's for the brahmacharis. And Prabhupada will explain later. And Shabdadin Vishaya. Shabdadin Vishaya means Rup, Ras, Shabda, Gandha, Sparsha. One should offer to the Indriya, on the senses, sense organ. So that is also one type of sacrifice. Some, first one, It is not here written, but Prabhupada is written. Is Sutra Adin by the Brahmacharis, Shabda Adin for the Grihasthas. Some means unadulterated Brahmacharis. This means Noishtiki Brahmachari. Sacrifice the hearing process and the senses, the fire of mental control. Fire of mental control. That means restrained by whom? Restrained by the mind. Though it is not in the mind, but restrained. By whom we should restrain? Through mind. That is Prabhupada writing to hearing process and other senses. Senses should offer to the fire of mental control. Fire of mental control. And others, the regulated householders, perfect householders, sacrifice the object of senses, the fire of the senses. The members of the four divisions of human life, namely the brahmachari, the grihasth, the manprasth, and the sannyasi, are all meant to become perfect yogis. What transcendentalist? The ashram means is the process by gradual elevation of spiritual life. That is called ashram. In grihastha, when someone is in the grihastha's time for gradual elevation, that grihastha house is called ashram. That is called grihastha ashram. Since human life is not meant for or enjoying sense gratification, like the animals, the four orders of human life are so arranged that one may become perfect in spiritual life. These are the four orders for perfection in spiritual life. Brahmacharis or students under the care of a bona fide spiritual master control the mind by abstaining from sense gratification. The brahmacharis hears only words concerning Krishna consciousness. Hearing is the basic principle for understanding, and therefore the pure brahmachari engages fully in Hare Nam Anukirtanam, chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord. Prabhupada's purport so powerful. The brahmacharis restrain himself from the vibration of material sounds. No TV, no music, no cinema. And his hearing is engaged in the transcendental sound vibration of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Similarly, the householders who have some license for sense gratification perform such acts with great restraint. Sex life, intoxication, and meat eating are general tendencies of human society. But a regulated householder does not indulge in unregulated sex life and other sense gratification. Marriage on the principles of the religious life is therefore current in all civilized human society because that is the way for restricted sex life. This restricted, unattached sex life is also a kind of yoga. Clear? This is also yoga. This restricted, unattached sex life is also a kind of yoga. In that connection, I am again going back. Why you are calling that yoga? In that connection, we give example like Pushpanjali. Prabhupada, in a Bengali bhajan, he wrote, ফুল ফল মহোৎসবে পূজা নাহি হয় বাণীর সেবক যেই সেই তো পূজায় টেলিং again ফুল ফল মহোৎসবে পূজা নাহি হয় when I worship ফুল ফল that is not real puja ফুল ফল মহোৎসবে পূজা নাই হয়, বাণীর সেবক যেই সেই তো পূজা। বাণীর সেবক, বাণীর সেবক, this means following the instruction of Guru and Vaishnavas. Following instructions, serving the Bani. Then Prabhupada again, Baniর সেবা যে সেই শব্দ ব্রহ্ম। The instruction, the advice coming from the spiritual master and Vaishnavas, as they have no other agenda than pleasing Krishna, as they don't speak anything other than scripture. That is why the sound vibration from a spiritual master, that is also Brahma, Shabda Brahma. Like you can see Srila Prabhupada's word. You read any book, hear any lecture, any letter, all are transcendental. You cannot find any mistake. So we come in the point like following instruction is real puja, not giving fruit and flower is puja. Here also, what is yajna? This restricted, unattached sex life is also a kind of yoga, because the restricted householder sacrifices his general tendency towards sense gratification or higher transcendental life. Clear? I'm again reading the translation. Some, the Gnostic brahmacharis, sacrifice the hearing process and the senses in the fire of mental control. Simple word, brahmacharis are sacrificing their senses, means by controlling by the mind. And householders sacrifice the object of senses, the fire of senses. That means these grihasthas, what they sacrifice? Their sense object. The sense object is sacrificing where? Oh, nice food. Sacrificing where? In the senses. What does it mean? Oh, eat more and more. Not like that. Nice sound coming. And the sacrificing in ear. Object to senses. That means grihasthas are controlling the senses by regulated sense gratification approved by the scripture. So, object accepting sense object regularly through the senses, that is by grihastha, is one type of yoga. And controlling the sense, the higher, controlling the senses through mind by the Gnostic brahmacharya. I hope it is clear to you all. Now, some other type of yoga also. Sarvendriya karmani, prana karmani chapar, atma sanjam yogagno, juhuti jnana dipet. Sarvani, of all, indriya, the senses, karmani, functions, prana karmani, functions of the life breath, so also opere others. Atma sanjam, of controlling the mind. Now, you have seen, object is controlled by senses, and sense is controlled by the mind. We read previous verse. Now here, that mind, controlling of that mind, that is Atma Sanjama. Atma Sanjam. Jog, the linking process, Agno, in the fire, this, that is Jog. This fire is Jog. Agno, in the fire of Juhoti Apar. Jnana dipete, because of the urge of self-realization. Jnana dipete. Knowledge compared light, because of the urge for self-realization. Others who are interested in achieving self-realization through control of the mind and senses, I'm again reading. Others who are interested in achieving self-realization through control of the mind and senses offer the functions of all senses and of the life breath as oblation into the fire of controlled mind. So whatever we read previous verse, it is their controlling of these senses and control the mind. And control the object by senses and control the senses by mind. Here, how to control that mind? Others who are interested in achieving self-realization through control of the mind and senses offer the functions of all the senses and of the life breath as oblation in the fire of the controlled mind. The yoga system conceived by Patanjali is referred to here. In the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, the soul is called Pratyagatma and Paragatma. According to Patanjali Sutra, there is Pratyagatma and Paragatma soul. As long as the soul is attached to the sense enjoyment, is called Paragatma. Sense enjoyment, as long as the soul is attached to sense enjoyment, practicing yoga, but attached to sense enjoyment also. That is called Paragatma. But as soon as the same soul becomes detached from the such sense enjoyment, is called Pratyagatma. Again, try to remember these two things. According to Yoga Sutra Patanjali, two types of Atma. Pratyagatma, Paragatma. Just remember one point. Pratyag. Pratyag means pratyahar, withdraw. I think everybody knows that Hindi word. It's Sanskrit word. Pratyahar. Pratyahar means withdraw. So Pratyagatma means who have detached from such enjoyment, withdraw. They are called Pratyagatma. And those who are unable, they are attached to sense enjoyment, they are called Paragatma. The soul is subjected to the function of 10 kinds of air at work within the body, and this is perceived through the breathing system. The Patanjali system of yoga instructs one on how to control the functions of the body's air in a technical manner so that ultimately all the functions of the air within become favorable for purifying the soul of material attachment. According to this yoga system, Pratyagatma is the ultimate goal. Initial stage is called Paragatma, and ultimate goal is Pratyagatma. In 8 stages of yoga, 6th one is Pratyahar. When senses you can withdraw, that stage, that soul is called Pratyagatma. This Pratyagatma is withdrawn from activities in matter. The senses interact with the sense objects, like the ear for hearing, eyes for seeing, nose for smelling, tongue for tasting, hand for touching, and all of them are thus engaged in the activities outside the self. They are called the functions of pran-vayu. The apan-vayu goes downwards. Gyan-vayu acts to shrink and expand. Shaman-vayu adjusts equilibrium, and Udan-vayu goes upwards. And when one is enlightened, one engages all the senses in searching for self-realization. We have not to worry about that, how to do that. Just we can remember that part only. There are 10 types of Vayu, air in the body. 5 are called subtle, 5 are gross. These 5 are gross. One is Pranvayu. Pranvayu is air. The sense interacts with the sense objects like the ear for hearing, eyes for seeing, nose for smelling, tongue for tasting, hand for touching, and all of them are engaged in the activities outside the self. They are called function of the Pranvayu. This is Pranvayu. And Apanvayu goes downwards. And Vyanvayu acts to shrink and expand. Shrink and expand. Vyanvayu. Shaman, adjust equilibrium. You can remember Saman means equilibrium. And Udan. Udan goes upwards. You can also remember Udan. U means normally upwards. Udvid. Just for it. Apan is downwards. Udan is upwards. And Shaman is equilibrium. And Vyanvayu helps to shrink and expand. And main thing is Pranvayu. Pranvayu actually, what is this? Again, I'm giving the senses interact with these sense objects like ear for hearing, eyes for seeing, nose for smelling, tongue for tasting, and hand for touching. And all of them are engaged in the activities outside the self. They are called the function of the Pranvayu. These are the function of Pranvayu. Again, don't become nervous. We're not so much worried about all these things. Prabhupada has given us simply chant Hare Krishna and be happy. But we should have little knowledge of these things. It's so difficult to practice. You cannot understand it, whatever practicing. But Srila Prabhupada mercifully has given so simple thing. Just chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Thank you. Gulshan raised hand. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaji Dandatnam. Thank you very much Maharaji for describing these two slokas wonderfully. Maharaji, my question is that if somebody control the mind and senses for achieving something materially, so it is also called a yagga or sacrifice.
Yes, but it is what's called that is also it is also sacrifice. But all sacrifice you cannot say ultimate goal. They are but temporary states. Some sort it will give help. Every sacrifice is not pure devotional service. Like this sacrifice only for body control, all these things. But ultimately through that mind control, but everybody cannot go to the top level. Normally yogis, by acquiring power, they use sometimes for sense gratification.
Maharaji, like they are controlling mind and senses only till they success. After that, they use mind and senses to sense gratification. So how can we understand it? They
Yes, you can do anything temporarily. Until you engage in higher service, you can fast for some time. Like, I don't eat nonsense thing. I don't eat nonsense thing. When you go stop, when you get Mahaprasad. But without Mahaprasad, I will not eat. I will not. How long you can? Oh, I will not eat. But one day, 2 days, no, Mahaprasad is coming. Okay, give something. So those are controlling their senses. It's good. But until they're engaging the senses in Krishna service, they cannot continue. After that, sometimes they'll fall down. Arujya Krichana Param Padam Patantita Bhagavad says. They by that they can come very top. Krishna, Arujya Krishna. By hard labor they can reach. But पतन किया था, again they fall down. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Last question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, in this purport, Srila Prabhupada is writing that the unrestricted brahmacharis, they sacrifice by controlling their senses through the fire of the mind. And for the regulated householder, he's telling they control their senses by sacrificing the fire of senses. So my question is Prabhupada telling that these both are the perfect ways, or he's telling that one is higher than the other? Or is there any difference?
No, it is. There is little difference. Like, you see, those who are controlling the senses, controlling senses by I'll not eat it, I'll not eat it. He's good. But above that, he's controlling that senses through mind. He's above. And above that, who is controlling the mind also? He's more above. And above that is Bhakta, who control that also. Yes, gradual process. Okay.
But in this sloka, Prabhupada has again concluded. In this sloka which we read now, he told again both of them actually culminates in controlling sense and mind. Both should be controlled.
Ultimately, then when you are controlling the senses through through senses, the grihasthas, but you have to control the senses also through mind. It is not mentioned. If you want to go the next step, you have to do that. Otherwise, if you remain there, how will you get the result? And the unaltered brahmachari, if only remains there up to the mind, if mind is not controlled, that is not the perfection. And yogi also up to there is not engaged service of Krishna. That is, you will stuck up there also. But one should stop. It's clear?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Different stage of the ladder. Thank you very much. Go